Are you dealing with elbow tendonitis? Maybe it's called golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, or just plain elbow pain or elbow tendonitis? Have you tried everything, including the bands, maybe ice, even injections and pain pills? What if I told you that you could solve that pain in just 5 minutes? Stay tuned and I'll tell you how. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. My name is Butch Phelps, and today I'm going to show you how to stop your elbow pain, elbow tendonitis in just 5 minutes. But first, let's talk about what is elbow tendonitis. Well, with itis on the end of tendonitis, tells you that the elbow tendons are inflamed, and that inflammation comes from using your hands. Now you can see as I grip my hands how the muscles in my arms, top and the bottom here, actually moves by gripping my hands. So therefore, when I'm dealing with elbow pain up here, it will come from how hard I grip and twist things on my hand, and that can set off the inflammation in my elbow, causing the pain. Now I realize that for most of us, and even for most professionals, that when I have pain in my elbow, this is where we want to concentrate and work there. But the one thing about muscles that makes it very difficult is rarely is the site of pain the cause of pain. In this case, the site of pain is here. The cause is what you do with your hand down here, which creates problems with the muscles and increases the inflammation up here in the elbow. So to give you some ideas. Try to ever open a jar, for instance. You're gripping the lid of the jar and you're twisting your hand to make that happen. That can set off elbow tendonitis. Driving a car and you're moving your arm back and forth, that'll set off elbow tendonitis. Now there's more common things that we do, like with tennis elbow. Of course, that's playing tennis, and so the backhand is where a lot of people will get elbow tendonitis on the outside of the elbow. And the forehand is where people will get it on the inside. Of course, that's always called golfer's elbow, because as a golfer and you're hitting the golf club, you're coming through this way, so you're pulling more from here. What's causing that? As you're gripping the club, as you're gripping the racket, you see you're tightening the muscles, but you notice that in both the tennis forearm and in the golf swing, my arms are coming across, so I'm gripping and pushing that this way. Whereas with tennis elbow, I'm still gripping, but I'm coming out this way. That's going to cause the pain to the outside. Those are the two obvious things that people do that creates elbow tendonitis. But you'll see baseball pitchers, quarterbacks in football, batters and so forth can have the same kind of thing because of the rotation of the hand and the gripping of something like a baseball, for instance. In our everyday lives, again, we'll do things like grabbing a steering wheel. We're working on a keyboard. We're texting on our phones. Those things can also cause elbow tendonitis in the elbow too. Now, there's some common things that people use. For some, they'll use ice. They'll put an ice pack here at the end of every day or after they do a particular activity that they like, and the ice will reduce the inflammation in the elbow and make it feel better until the next time you use your hands again, and then it'll come back. As long as you're okay with that, that's a solution. Another one is you'll see people wear bands around their arm up here. Well, what happens here is that when you restrict the movement of the muscles in the forearm, now the brain will start to use the muscles in the elbow and the muscles around the wrist to counteract that so that you can still do the same movements. So instead of the pain being here, you'll also may have pain show up here, maybe even in your neck and down in your wrist. And then finally, some people will wind up getting injections, or they'll use pain pills every day. Again, that's a temporary fix at best. And the sad part is once you take the pain away, people assume it's been fixed. And that is just not true. The muscles are still tight. So with the pain not being there, you're more likely to go back and do the same thing that got you in trouble to begin with, and now you cause the damage to get worse and worse. So let's talk about how do you actually solve this. And this is so easy. You can do it anywhere, your office, on an airplane, traveling. You can do it. I do it in my car sitting at a stoplight sometime. I've done it on stages talking in front of people. But you can do it anywhere, anytime. So let's take today, we're going to work with my right arm. So if I'm feeling pain out on the outside of my elbow here, I'm going to take my hand, see how I grip over the top of my right arm with my left hand. I'm going to use the pads of my thumb just underneath my elbow, and I'm going to gently press in. Now, as I start to feel that this is a sore spot, you see, I can rotate my right hand and move the muscle underneath my thumb. You do this right along with me so you can feel that. So as you work along here, you literally can hold it there, breathe out, hold it for about 5-6 seconds, breathe out again, let it go, and as the muscle starts to soften, the pain will start to dissipate. And I would continue doing that slowly all the way down your arm, all the way down to the wrist. Now, the reason for that is that you have two bones in the forearm. So when I rotate my hand, there are two bones here that have to be able to rotate. There's muscles in between those two bones. I need to be able to get in and soften all of those muscles so that this rotation can happen without putting pressure up here. And when I do that, I take the pressure off the nerves, I take the pressure off the joint, and I take the pain away when I do that. If I'm feeling pain on the inside of my elbow, I just do the opposite. I rotate with my hand, my right hand out. Now I grip underneath my arm with my left hand, use my thumb, and you see I can rotate my right hand as I'm gently working in. Once I find a spot that's sore, rotate the hand, breathe out, and allow this to just release and relax. I want the forearms to be so soft, no matter how strong you are, that you can easily feel the two bones in your hands, and especially when you move them just like this. And I'm telling you, if you'll do this, you'll be amazed at how in just 5 minutes each day, you can stop the pain and keep the pain from coming back. I've seen it happen 100 times. And it just works over and over. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Doesn't matter if you're a tennis player, a golfer, or just working on a computer. I've seen this happen over and over. Try it. See what it does. Send me your comments and let me know, or send me your questions. I'd be happy to answer them. If you like what you heard today, please subscribe down below, ring the bell, send it to a friend if they need help with this. And for now, see ya.